The most important thing when it comes to all this software related stuff is simply finding someone that can make it for you. Now, in the resources section for the CD, you'll find links to tons of places online where you can find freelance programmers that can do software development for you. But I wanted to quickly show you a site that you may not know about. It's really getting more and more popular every single month, and it's growing as far as in size as to how many programmers are using it and how many jobs are getting posted. And that's Odesk. You can find it at odesk.com. It's a lot like an Elance or a Rent-A-Code or a Scriptlance, but the unique thing about Odesk is that they're certifying their developers. They have to take tests kind of showing what they know, and then according to how they score on these tests, it goes along with their profiles and what you see along with their system. So you can come to Odesk. As you come up here towards the top, you can see and click Find Providers. So we'll click Find Providers. Works a lot like these other freelancer sites. And there you go. It's just a long list of developers. The type of development they do, what they charge, $20 an hour, $23 an hour, $18 an hour. How many hours of work they've recorded within this system that they've gotten paid for. You can look at test scores, the number of tests they've passed, so on and so forth. And when you come in here and you look for programmers to work with, you can look right here under this directory for different types of jobs that you want to have done. So here's desktop applications. Client-server application is pretty much like a web service, some web-based type of thing. You know, if you want to have a game made, certain kind of utility, some kind of software plugin, a mobile application, so on and so forth. So you can find, you know, for widgets and website-based types of things, you can find all that in the directory for specialists that may have experience or handle that sort of job. You can also go up under this tab called Find Jobs, and that would pretty much be if you were a programmer looking for a job. But what's great about this is that you can look at other people's software listings that they've posted where they want people to do the programming for them and get an idea of what people are doing. It's a great way to kind of spy on what other people are having made and kind of what else is just going on in this whole little software development world. You can also get a good idea of how people are creating specs and kind of how they're handling it as far as having something made. So, look, someone wants to have a YouTube program. We'll do something similar to YouTube. So you can find just all kinds of fascinating ideas in here just by looking at what other people are wanting to hire someone to have made. So let's jump in here real quick. Let's look at mobile applications, for example. And let's see. Let's try to find an interesting one real quick. So let's look at this one, iPhone application with location-based features. So it shows when they posted the listing, it shows what their estimated budget is, and apparently they've already had several people inquire about it, and it's showing kind of the average price of what people say it would cost. The person posting the job listing can put in how many hours that the programmers have to have already worked through this site in order to even be considered. And of course, what their feedback score has to at least be. So it gives the person wanting software a lot of control over kind of quality or putting in some assurances that the only people that can bid reach whatever criteria they specify. So these are some of the candidates, some of the programmers that have said that they can make this for them. And oftentimes they'll leave comments, and you can see what kind of prices they're saying that it'll cost or that they'll do it for. But anyways, check out Odesk.com. You can just spend hours looking around on this site at all the different jobs that are being placed, as well as looking at the programmers and what they can do and looking in their portfolios and seeing what they've created. But this is a great place to come if you want to have software created for any idea that you come up with that this CD may spawn for you. That you may think about doing for your business. You know, you may go and do some research and say, "Oh, I see someone doing that. That's getting a lot of traffic. We should do something similar for, you know, kind of nicheify it, so to speak. Like take a mainstream application, make it for our own market, like a gardening version of that, so to speak, and then have it made." And the place you'd want to come is a site like Odesk or Elance or some of the other ones that are listed in the resources section. But this is where it all begins. to have something made, you got to find a software developer to make it. And again, keep in mind that you want to kind of build relationships with more than one developer in case of an emergency, or just, in case one of them can't be reached or something happens, God forbid, to somebody, and you have a service that a lot of people are using and you need someone to get in there and do it because you can't. So that's important. But check out odesk.com. Great site. They're doing some really great things, and I highly recommend it.